Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ron, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a little blast from my past. This video was shot on 9/7 of 2015. And for those of you that are new to my channel, before I was doing UTV videos, long before I was doing UTV videos, I was more known for motorcycling videos. And I stopped making videos for quite some time. I should say I stopped posting videos. I didn't actually stop recording and, considering making videos. I just didn't finish up with the whole editing portion. But in any case, at that time, I was still doing work for some of these ATV clubs in the area, and actually that ties into this footage because what you're watching here is footage of me pre-running trails in the northern Highland-American Legion State Forest and GPSing them with the anticipation of picking out trails to be used for future sections of ATV, UTV use. As a matter of fact, this section of trail was supposed to go into service August 19th, I think, of 2019. So, I'm going to try not to get ranty here, but this trail section was supposed to be open for ATV, UTV use over a year ago now. It clearly hasn't been opened up yet. My understanding is the state doesn't feel that this is an acceptable condition to find a ATV, UTV trail to be in for public riding. I guess I'm going to let you judge for yourselves. I personally think that considering it's illegal for me to drive my truck down it as presented, my motorcycle as presented, I'm kind of struggling with their reasoning. But that's all. Maybe another day I'll get deeper into that rant, but that's where we're going to stop for right now. One thing I'd like to mention as we're going through and watching this footage is, first of all, this isn't a motocross bike. If anybody who knows what this bike is, it's a BMW. It's my 2009 BMW G650GS. It's been a good bike. That said, stuff like muddy tracks that trucks leave, this bike does not like that, and I've been bitten a couple times by that, and it's kind of made me a little gun shy on some of these trails at times when I see a lot of truck traffic has gone through here. So I'm not exactly the fastest rider in the world anyway, but if you came looking for fast rider action, I'm sorry to disappoint you. But my main purpose when I ride these trails is I just poke around and look at stuff. I take in nature as it is, and like you'll see me do throughout here, I kind of take looks at other sections of trails. I may not go down them, but I note that they're there and for potential exploration at a later date. So this particular section runs basically from Highway 70 East, just outside of Arbor Vitae, and comes out on Ross Lake Road, right at the town line between St. Germain and Arbor Vitae. So it's actually a nice little trail. It's not very long. I don't have the information right in front of me. It's, you know, I would probably guess 5 to 8 miles in length. It's I don't know if any of the adventure rider tracks utilize this particular section. I almost think they do not, but it's been a while since I've kind of versed myself on all the different tracks that people tend to take on during that event. So nevertheless, it's a nice run, especially, you know, this was what, the first week in September. Once you get later into September when these leaves start to change, this is actually a really pretty run. So all through here, maybe one of these days I'll bring up footage of the entire length of trail that was supposed to run from Lake Tom to, you know, basically Ross Lake Road. Eventually that section is supposed to connect and open up ATV, UTV use to Sainer, but seeing as how the state hasn't done anything with it, it just, everybody's kind of in a lull state. So I've been riding these trails, well, I shouldn't say riding. I basically have been traveling all these trails ever since I've had a driver's license. First in trucks, and then after a ATV trip to Hill City, South Dakota, I had seen some BMW motorcycles sitting out there, and I thought they had looked like a lot of fun. And the state of Wisconsin was not opening up any of these forest roads to ATV use. So I figured, why not just buy a bike then and use these forest roads legally that way? And that's kind of the history of why I started riding motorcycles in like July of 2009. So this area, there's quite a bit of sand. It's not as bad as, you know, like up in the Conover area. That area has, you know, actually pretty decently deep sand. But there are sections in here where especially on a heavy bike like this, and if you're not the greatest rider in the world like myself, you can get tripped up pretty quick on some of that stuff. So, you know, definitely ride within your limits. So you are kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Just keep that in mind. throughout the northern Highland-American region, there's all kinds of little overlooks and ridge lines that you kind of follow along. If you haven't been up here in northern Wisconsin, I recommend doing this, and I hope that the state actually does follow through and start opening this up to ATV, UTV use, because these trails are absolutely gorgeous. Actually, that run from, like I say, Lake Tom through like the Sweeney Lake area, you go through some gorgeous like oak and maple groves, and then around Sweeney Lake you hit Hemlock Grove, which is just, I don't know how to explain it other than it's just gorgeous. It's so cool to see these different tree variants. But I definitely recommend, if you are, not too far away, just swing up, and even if you don't know where you're riding, it's actually not too hard to kind of follow along and figure out where you're at. You can grab a snowmobile map actually, and then just use the tin system. If you don't know what that is, just check out one of my past videos, which teaches you how to navigate the snowmobile system in Wisconsin, and use that combined with an area snowmobile map, and you're going to be able to find most places pretty easily. So in Arbor Vitae specifically, there are several sections towards the Vandercook Lake area that are gated, but in the Sainer area, the St. Germain area, the Lake Tomahawk area, Woodruff area, most of those trails are all ungated and open. There's only a couple exceptions to that. So you can spend a lot of time just kind of bombing around, looking at lakes and taking in nature. Like I say, it's just a real good time. I highly recommend you try it out. So if you have been up to this area riding, I'd you know, I'd love to hear your stories about it in the comments section. So feel free to tell me all about your time up here in the Northwoods in the comments. That's what it's there for, man. I love interactions with you all down there in the comments. So it's half the reason why I make these videos. Is you know, people pop in and they tell me about their riding experiences and stuff like that, and it's fun. It's fun to read that and take it in, and you know, sometimes you learn something, or sometimes you just share a similar moment to someone else, and you know, it's a lot of fun. I really like that. So, like I say, you want to talk about a ride you've taken in the area? Let us all know down there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this little trip back in time with me. If you did, I would appreciate it if you hit the like button and also subscribed and, you know, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff everybody else tells you to do. And I'd love to see you back for another video in the future. So anyway, take it easy. You ride safe out there. and we'll see you next time.